Hello, welcome to this resource video drop or description. I'm so excited you have decided to purchase this resource for your students to get to know them better and to begin to establish relationships with them, which we know is the key to all things functioning well in our classroom. And it takes time, but this is will give you a good head start. The resource itself, when you download it, will look like this. It's a 3-page PDF. The PDF basically just describes the resource, explains the 3 versions, and then guides you to this video. So I assume that you got this video, you got to this video by exploring this PDF already. The most important thing that you understand is that this is where you'll access the survey itself. So there are 3 versions. There's a Google Form version 1, Google Form version 2, and a printable page. The first version is what I created for my 7th and 8th graders last year. That would probably also be appropriate for high school. The second version is what I'll be using with my 4th graders this year. And I haven't decided whether I'll be using this or the printable with my 3rd graders. I think the printable is definitely better for elementary in general. So just to show you what these look like, the Google form is what I'll go over second, but this is the printable. So you can see that students do have the opportunity to write, but they can also draw. So it asks their name and it asks their pronouns primarily. If you want, you can use the video in the Google form resource to talk about pronouns. If you have students who don't know what pronouns are, you can use that video. It's actually more at an elementary level, but I use it for all ages to explain pronouns. It's my favorite one I've found. So you can watch that with them before that if you want to. Ask them their name, ask them their pronouns, and then they have the opportunity to write or draw. What's their favorite thing to do when they're not in school? What's something they love to eat? What's their favorite animals? Draw a picture of the person or people that they care most about and write their name. And what's something that they want to say about themselves or draw about themselves, like an additional box. The one that's really important to me is the draw the picture of the person or the people you care most about, because those are the people. It's not always parents, right? It's not always parents. It might be grandma, it might be an uncle, it might be a coach, it might be another teacher in the building. These are the people that I contact when I need support with the students or want to shout the student out for doing awesome in the class. These are the people that they want to make proud. So these are the people I'm calling home when they're doing great. So that's something to keep in mind. The other resources, let me go back, are the surveys. So the surveys are programmed already to take students to different sections based on how they answer. You'll want to replace my Bitmoji with yours, obviously, or even just a picture of you, or not even a picture, just say, hi, my name is Profe blank. My pronouns are she, her, or she, they, whatever your pronouns are, add them there. It asks them their name. Is there another name they'd prefer to be called in class? And what it should sound like. So it's asking them for like the phonetic pronunciation of their name. I learned this trick from Morgan Bennett, Profe Bennett, who actually has them insert a recording of their voice. She's a high school teacher. Rather than having my students insert a recording, I'm having them write it phonetically. You can do what feels best for you. Then they're indicating their pronouns. If they indicate that they don't know what pronouns are, it's automatically, after they finish this section, going to take them to a video to teach them about pronouns. It also asks if they're comfortable with me using them in class. And it asks who else they use these pronouns with, because we do have some students who use certain pronouns at school because they feel safe at school and they don't use those pronouns at home. So it's important to establish that before you're making phone calls home. So if they answered, I don't know what pronouns are, it'll skip to this bottom section. All of this is already programmed for you. Section 2 is just asking how they're doing. Section 3 is a little bit about me. You can replace this with a video about you or a short paragraph about yourself. Or if they've already learned about you, then you can replace it with, you've learned about me. Do we have anything in common? If they answer yes, you could see this is already programmed. If they answer yes, it goes to section 5. If they say no, we don't have anything in common, it goes to section 4. Section 4 is like, okay, we don't have anything in common, but that's okay. What's interesting about you? What do you like? What's something unique about you? Section 5 is, okay, what do we have in common? Or what's something that makes you special? So if they go to section 4, it's going to skip over section 5. If they go to section 5, it's going to skip over section 4, if that makes sense, because it's based on how they answer that. Section 6 is like their interests and goals, just some things that they like to eat, for example. What do they want to do when they grow up? And then the next section is really important for how you're going to support them this year. How they like to learn. Are they visual learners? Do they like to move? Students who have been used to advocating for their learning style, this is the perfect place to put it. It also has this, which has been so important to me in the last few years that I've been using this. How do you like to be praised? Do you want a phone call home? Do you want a private note? Do you not want to be praised in front of the whole group? Do you love being praised in front of the whole group? So it allows them to check all the ones that feel good to them. And that's it. The second version is just a simplified version of this with less language for students who might be in upper elementary that you want to use this with, or lower middle school that you want to use this with. Again, all of the links in this document are editable. So you'll get a forced copy so that you can make it your own. I hope this is helpful. I'm so excited that you entrusted me to help you with this step in the back to school or the start of the semester. And I look forward to talking to you soon and continuing to support you. There are some links at the bottom of that page in how you can connect with me and how I can continue to support you moving forward. Take care and have an awesome school year with your students. Bye-bye.